Okay, here we go. A lot of people make these videos and they don't explain like what you need to do. You have to center the steering rack. You can't just put it in. And I have a metal scribe right here. I got at Home Depot. You can get them for less than 10 bucks. They're always good to have, so you can scribe metal. So what you need to do on this is you have to clamp it. Don't clamp it on the gears, clamp it on the flat part, and you don't have to clamp it that hard, and it turns pretty easy. So you can see how easy it turns. What you do is you clamp it on there and you count the rotations. So this is like almost 3 full turns from one end, and once you turn it all the way to one side, to the right side, you just put a mark on here with like a Sharpie. Don't use a scribe yet, just do a Sharpie. So you put a mark there, then you rotate it all the way the other way, and then you put a mark on the other side. Since this is only about like it's not quite 3 turns, but almost. So what you do is you mark it here, and then you find the center, and then you mark the center of that. And then what you do is you count the rotations, and what I did is I did 1 full turn and then lined up my marks, and then I did half a turn. So I marked it once here, and then I marked it here on the other side so I could have a perfectly straight line across. And then when I rotate it, you can kind of tell by looking at this, and then I marked it in the center between those 2 lines. And I can do this because I've already done this. I can make your life a lot easier. So measure from this end with the tape measure to this line going across right here, the center of it, and it'll be 5 1/4 on each side when you're perfectly centered. So that can actually help you a lot if you don't want to mess with it and take the time, because it took me like 20 minutes to do this because I wanted it perfect. So yeah, measure it here. I'll show you. I kind of have it out of rotation a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. But yeah, so let me get my tape measure real quick. This is a little difficult to do one-handed, so I'll do my best. So yeah, so measure on this side from this corner. I know it's going to vary by the boot, and it's not perfect right now because I just turned it, but it'll be about 5 1/4 to that mark. And then the other side, you're going to do it this way from here to the center of the boot right there. And when you have it perfectly centered, it's going to be 5 1/4 this way, 5 1/4 this way. I have my lines scribed on there. They're a little hard to see. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, you can kind of see. Yeah, so that's like, there we go. Now that's centered. You can see I have a mark here for the right rotation. You can't really see in here for the left rotation. And then I have it centered. And what I did was I counted the splines on both sides right here. So I counted the splines here, and then I went in the middle, and then I lined it up here and took the measurements here, and they ended up being 5 1/4 each, completely even. But you could just do 5 1/4 on each side and be done with it, and it'll be a lot easier. And then you would just scribe it here so you know you have your marks perfectly lined up. And after you do that, then you can install it.